What's going on, y'all? Excuse my appearance, I look like a mess, but I'm editing this video and I'm finishing it up, and I just wanted to put some context to what you're gonna see later on in the middle and the end of the video. So what you're gonna see or hear is the police there come and try to like intimidate us to move, tell us to move, which, you know, the park closes at night. I understand that we can't be in the park. I wasn't in the park. And they were basically trying to like intimidate me and the people that I was interviewing into moving, which I had every legal right to be where I was at. I wasn't breaking any laws. I wasn't breaking any rules. And I'm well aware of that. I don't want anybody to take this video as me, you know, hating the police, anything like that. Listen, I could care less for the cops. But I understand they have a very important and difficult job, especially there in Kensington. The police are an integral part of any community. They should be, right? But at the same time is we all have rights. I don't let my rights be infringed upon. You know, you can't just tell me, hey, you got to move. You can't just do that. You know, I'm not really going to go for that. You know, so I just wanted to add a little bit of context to that because you're going to see it in the video. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. What's your name, brother?
Michael Simkins.
Okay, where are you from, brother?
South Philadelphia.
Let me just wait for this train. So, how old are you, brother?
I'm 37.
37. And you have any children?
I have 2 kids.
How's your relationship with them?
We're distant right now. They have 2 separate moms, you know. And my son's mom, she lives in Jersey. She remarried with a new guy, John. She got a house, and she went to school to be an electrician, and they're doing really good right now.
So, do you and John, do you guys get along, or?
I met him once, and I think I guess he's kind of, I don't know why he's like, we didn't get along.
Do you think he's a general good guy? Like, you think your kids are?
Well, I mean, from, like I would go and on Facebook through other people's names to go check on my son to like look at his pictures and stuff, and he looks like he's doing good with his family, you know.
Yeah.
He's a good provider, and I mean, my son's playing football, and he's at all the games, you know, wearing all the memorabilia and stuff. So they live in Pennsville, New Jersey. So
Okay.
my son plays for Pennsville Eagles, plays football.
Are you grateful for that? That he has, you know, a male figure to be there for him?
Definitely, because I didn't have a male role model, and
yeah, me either. And I have 2 children prior to my marriage, and my hopes was always that they found, you know, that their mothers found a good guy. So if there's any slack that anything that I'm slacking on, the stepfather could pick up the slack. You know, I was never like, some people get jealous and insecure. You know, I don't want nobody around my kid. Me, I think, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, and we're not going to have all the answers as dad. Sometimes, you know, you could say it one way, you could say the exact same thing as he says, and maybe they're going to take it a little better just because it's not coming from dad, you know?
Right. So, yes, exactly, right.
Yeah. All right. So, talk to me about your upbringing.
It was difficult. Like, my mom was already heavy into drugs when, you know, since I can remember, and so my grandparents raised me because, you know, my mom's drug addiction, you know, she wasn't able to provide the way a mother should. So, my grandma eventually let my mom into her house, you know, so I was raised by my grandparents, but my mom was still there, too, at the same time. And it was difficult because, you know, my mom was already heavy into drugs when, you know, since I can remember, and so my grandparents raised me because, you know, my mom's drug addiction, you know, she wasn't able to provide the way a mother should. So, eventually let my mom into her house, you know, so I was raised by my grandparents, but my mom was still there, too, at the same time. And it was difficult because My grandma taught me well. I mean, she was a great role model. I mean, she was a hard worker. She was the rock of the family. Like everybody kind of gravitated towards grandma because, she was the one that took care of the bills. When vacations happened, like grandma put everything together, and
Yeah.
she had 6 kids, so anytime anybody needed something, they would come to her for it, and she'd have it. So I mean, she was a hard worker, and she liked taking care of people, and she taught me the same way, not to judge. And out of all 6 of her kids, like 5 of them, were addicts.
And that's your mother you're speaking of, or your
Yeah,
grandma?
my mom just passed away January 1st, overdose.
I'm sorry.
We were out here together, getting high together.
January 1st?
Yeah.
My
her
mother
birthday
passed
was
on January 2nd.
Yeah, my mom's birthday was January 22nd. She was
Wow.
supposed to be 67.
So
Yeah.
she passed away due to an overdose?
Yeah, she just got out of rehab. She was out 4 days. She came out after Christmas because I was out here by myself for about a month while she was in rehab, and I guess she just started feeling a little guilty that I was by myself, and she was talking to my Aunt Patty, her sister, and they kind of like compete a lot when it comes to their kids. So I guess my aunt was kind of like throwing things in my mom's face about my cousin Danielle's new job and her having a Christmas party. And she told my mom, well, depending on how Michael looks and if he's sober, maybe he can go to the Christmas party. It's going to be a Pollyanna and everything, but I don't want to, embarrass Danielle in front of her coworkers. Now, my cousin Danielle works at Parks Casino on 10th and Packer.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my mom pretty much told my aunt to, go fuck herself because, she said half of those people there working overnight shift probably do drugs, and,
Yeah.
you're going to put down your own nephew and make him feel uncomfortable. She said, well, it's all right. She said, I'm leaving tomorrow. She's like, I get my check on the 27th. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give Michael a Christmas present. And my mom showed up, and, we had a good 4 days, and my mom relapsed a little bit. She was smoking the dope as far as I knew, but secretly she was using the needle again, and, I wasn't aware that we had a tent, and I thought she was sleeping when I did my shot. I went to sleep, and when I woke up the next day, she was cold as ice.
Wow. Damn, so she ended up ODing and
Yeah.
essentially woke up next, or didn't wake up next to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Walk me through that emotions-wise, what you were feeling.
Yeah, I was like, I panicked. I was scared. It was like, it was a lot of emotion because I knew in my heart that, that was it. There was nothing I could do. I tried Narcan her and everything, but I knew she wasn't coming back. I mean, I witnessed other deaths before, and, I know what the rigor mortis means. There is no coming back from that. And
So you were trying to wake her up, but knew she was gone.
Her arm was stuck up. She had a needle in her arm, and
Wow. Did she usually wake up before you, or were you up before
she
her?
usually would have been up.
Okay.
I just
wasn't up.
The night before, we were up late, and I figured she was just tired, because I mean, I wake up early too. We usually, I wake up about an hour after her, but I just figured that, she was tired. She's getting old, and I figured she needed the rest. So at first when I woke up, I was going to go get coffee and surprise her, but I woke her up and was trying to tell her Happy New Year's, and when I put my hand on her and I felt how cold she was, I knew.
Where were you guys? Were you guys sleeping in a tent? Or?
Yeah, we were in the tent. We went down to Spring Garden to Penn's Landing to go watch the fireworks that night. And then after we watched the fireworks, I put a tent up up a little street down at Spring Garden because it was late, so we just stayed down there. And we actually had a good night together, and I wasn't expecting that to happen, I panicked, I stayed there with her for about 2 hours after she passed. Like when I woke up in the morning, I cleaned her up, and I really didn't want to let her go, but
yeah, that was what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I really didn't want to.
So you sort of stood there with her, and before
I hugged, I cried. I felt guilty that I wasn't able to save her, and I had more questions for her because, we started to, get back to normal like mother and son because for a long time we were getting high and it's weird when you and your mom get high together. It's not mom and son, it's like we're like brother and sister the way we argued and
Yeah.
how she would hang around me and my friend. It wasn't what I wanted in a mother, you know what I mean? My friends thought she was the coolest thing and the coolest thing since sliced bread, but
that was your mom. That was different for you, right?
So it was aggravating because she was also spiteful too, and it made me like she was kind of childish, and it was it was tough, but we made it through, and we eventually got to. I told her how it bothered me, and we eventually started seeing things on a level playing field together, and we started getting back to where we should have been, and it just didn't last as long as I wanted it to be.
What's your, if any, what's your biggest regret about that whole situation, if you have any?
I just I guess I wish I just never would have got really high with her because we just got too comfortable and we enabled each other, and maybe because my aunt took it really hard and she blamed me for my mom's death, saying that if I would have got clean, then my mom would have never been in the situation to be down here to have to feel like she have to watch over me.
Of course, people are gonna, Wow.
So I was a big mama's boy, so. And I'm an only child, so I mean, now it's just lonely now, and so it makes me my recovery a lot harder because now I still want to get high now.
I could imagine. We just wait for this train to pass and. What's the best memory you have throughout life in general with anything?
Just being with my family, my kids, like just vacations and holidays, Christmas holidays, and just all of us together at the same time, singing holiday music. My family drinking and we videotapes, opening. It was just it was good memories.
Yes, man.
Off the ledge, please. I'm not against what you're doing. What you're doing is cool. Just drawing a big.
Yeah, there's like two people that I'm here interviewing. The rest of them, they're.
Who? It's cool. If you put it right there,
Mhm.
and they draw around you, you're not gonna make you move. But right here, this park is there. It's a big focus area to be cleared at this time.
Yeah, but I understand that 100%. But this is a public sidewalk also.
Right, but this is.
Yeah, but I'm not responsible for anybody.
Who's with you?
Me and the gentleman that I'm interviewing. There's two.
But the chair also, sir. The chair can't be in the middle of the sidewalk. Like on that side.
But so people have to, and I don't want to argue with y'all or anything, but I also understand, what I can do and what I can't do because I've been doing this for a while.
The opposite side
No. And that's nothing against you.
That's cool.
I just know what I can do and what I can't do. You know what I mean?
All right. So what two bodies do you have with you?
The person I'm interviewing and whoever's next. So, the other people, they're, yeah, that's fine. And I don't want to be an asshole to y'all, but I just understand. I know what I can do and I know what I can't do.
They're going to tell you the same.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm probably going to respond the same way. I understand what I can do and you know what I mean? I understand I can't be in the park. And there has to be a way for people to get through. I can't block anything, that I understand, which I'm, you know what I mean? There's plenty of space for people to get through. No. Believe me, I understand. 100% I understand.
You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't. I gave the last one out. Sorry.
How many times do you guys want to be at?
Like, man, you're drinking.
No, you can't have mine. Sorry.
That's fine. We can take a break. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want. So, what does that mean? Why do you think that? So much like silence. What does that mean? Like,
What's going on, brother? How you doing? Yeah, I understand what I can do and what we can't. We're not doing anything we shouldn't be doing. We just can't block. People have to be able to walk. That's all. You know. Do you have any questions for me?
I overheard you earlier saying that you're in recovery yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
did it was it tough for you to make that transition?
Man,
And what brought you to want to get clean? Like,
very good questions.
we're gonna move right over here.
Yeah. I'll call you guys next. All right. Thank you.
I need chocolate.
Oh yeah. I don't know. No. I don't know. So, man, I ended up having a isolated relapse. No. I ended up having a isolated relapse, and I woke up in the hospital 3 days later. My son, were you here earlier when we were passing out stuff? Okay, so my son, he's 10 years old now. At the time, he was 3 years old. And he woke my wife up and found me in the bathroom basically dead. I just realized that I needed to do something. You know, I spent 20 years in the penitentiary. I was tired of that shit. I was tired of giving my life to the penitentiary, giving my life to streets, giving my life to drugs. You know, I was just tired of that shit. And I realized that I had to, you know, if I wanted to have any type of control in my life, I just had to do stuff differently. And it was hard because, like you said, with you and your mom having that bond using together, me and my baby sister had that same bond. You know, and it's different. It's 100% is different, mother and child, as opposed to, you know, sister and brother. But we blurred those lines, you know, and it was hard. She passed away from an overdose also. And it was hard for me to stay clean after that. You know, because I was definitely, and I still am, a self-medicator. When I'm going through something, when I'm hurting, that's when I use. I don't use because,
my condolences for your
yeah,
sister. I'm
thank you,
sorry to
brother.
hear that.
I don't use because I'm like I want to have fun and stuff. I only use because I'm hurting.
Yeah.
And that was hard, man. It was hard, but I just realized that I can't have the life I have now, and I just mean spending time with my family, going to work, going to my son's wrestling. I can't have that and drugs at the same time. I just can't.
Right.
I know that if I decide to play dance with the devil again, chances are I'm gonna die. You know, especially with the way the drugs are now.
Right.
You know, I've been clean. Next month will be 8 years, and I know for a fact that if I decide to use again, I'm gonna die. I know that. So, and the drugs are so different now. So nothing I see is appealing. It's not like, you know, I always say this, when good old fashioned heroin was around, you know, and you'd be nodding and itching and just, that's not the case no more. You look and you see people face down in the dirt, you know,
Yeah.
you see, it looks like the Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, that's not appealing. So me being that the drugs have changed probably makes the decision a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, but I just, you know, I want to have a fruitful life. You know, I want to leave a mark on the world. Whenever my time comes to an end, I want to give more than I take, and you know,
Yeah.
and I understand that the only way, you know, if I get high, start getting high again, is definitely not it, because I get crazy, you know. So like, we all do.
Yeah.
But I thank you, brother. I thank you for taking the time to speak with me, and I hope that you know, if somebody was to offer you a program, would you be willing to take it?
As of right now, I wouldn't take it. I'm just not ready yet.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to say I would like, but I know that I would just be lying and I would just do it just to coddle some, you know, just to please someone else, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I know how that works out, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would love to get right. I mean, even though me being out here, I still got a big heart. I still love people, like, and it hurts this, you know, the looks that I get as an addict, and you know, I know that it changes me. I know, you know, and I understand that, but you know, it still hurts that, you know, the looks that you get from people and how you're treated, and it's tough sometimes, you know, and because of me being an addict, I don't like the world that I'm living in right now, you know. It's just I hate that I'm alone. I hate that I don't have the family I used to, and you know, it's like being out here alone, you know, you don't have no backup, and it's tough. It brings me to just not care. You know,
All those emotions that you explain that you don't like feeling, that's why I started doing interviews, to humanize us, to show other people that we might be getting high, but that doesn't mean we're fucking scum. That doesn't mean we're thieves. That doesn't mean we're gonna break in your house and do all that other shit. It just means we have a problem with drugs. That's all that means. you
right.
know? That's all that means. Well,
All right, yo, my man.
I thank you, brother.
I don't know if you're about to finish up, but he has to go over to the side.
So hold up, brother. Before, you're coming over here a little aggressive.
No, it's not about being.
All right, but I'm saying there has to be, I understand, I know the rules very well.
Yeah.
There has to be easement. It has to be a place where people can walk
She
through.
just walked around you, bro.
She just walked around because she didn't want to walk through the camera. That's
I'm
why
saying,
she did.
but if-
Can you not walk through?
But I'm saying if we could have him go over to the side a little because.
All right, but
you know what
can
she's
you?
talking about.
Yeah, well, there's cameras everywhere,
That's what
though.
I'm saying, but
but
she's trying to go past.
yeah, can you? Actually, she was looking at y'all.
No, she actually wanted to go past it. She looked at you, looked over, and was like,
No.
all right, and went around.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not moving, no. And I'm not being, I hope you don't take this as me
No,
being an
I'm
asshole, but I understand what I can do and what I can't do.
Can we move him over
No,
to the side a little bit?
no.
So you're not moving?
No, I'm not moving.
All right.
So,
Go.
no problem, brother. So, yeah. I think we was ending anyway, but I hope that, if you decide to get clean, that everything goes well for you, because you're worth so much more than this,
Thank you.
All right, brother?
I appreciate it.
I thank you.
No problem.